Welcome back to the Daily Mastermind. My name is George Wright III. I'm your host, here for a little bit more inspiration, motivation, and education. Hope you're having an amazing day today. We are back in our series of ongoing, success principles that I've learned from mentors in my life on how to rewire your brain, how to rewire your mind, and reset, as we'll talk about today, your money blueprint. So yesterday we talked a little bit about David Bear and his thoughts and ideas on the creating a powerful state and making key decisions and how to do that and create awareness. Today I want to talk to you about a mentor of mine that really taught me a ton of information when it comes to personal development. I was heavily in the financial education space for quite some time until I met this individual. His name is Harv Eker. He's a multiple New York Times best-selling author of the book, The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. I really love that book because it was that point in time that I was able to sort of take this idea of making a lot of money and being successful and combine it with my mindset and personal development. And so the title itself says it all, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. And Harv Eker is really well known for his concept of the money blueprint. You know, he has a lot of different things out there, books like Get Hardwired for Success or Speed Wealth and things like that. But Money Blueprint is really his opening statement and thing that he would talk a lot about, because the bottom line is we all have a personal money blueprint. And what we don't understand and we don't think about enough is that there's a difference. I'll give you an example. We talk about having a level of success in our life, right? And what level have you gotten to? And that level of success, whether it's, financial for you or it's personal or it's relationships or whatever, it's all generally determined by your money blueprint, the patterning and modeling that you've grown up with. And I liken it unto, he talks about the idea of it being a thermostat, because there's a big difference between a temperature, a thermometer, let's say, and that thermometer measuring your level of success, and a thermostat. A thermometer just measures, it measures the result that you have. A thermostat, the job of a thermostat is to control the temperature, right? So if your internal thermostat is set to a certain level, then it doesn't matter how much you kick it up or try to cool it down or heat it up or anything like that. That thermostat is going to bring you back to the setting that you have, and that setting is determined by your internal beliefs and mindset. He talks a lot, very similar to David Bear, of your thoughts create feelings, which create actions, which are your results, your beliefs. And these things are built up over time to create what you call your blueprint, your money blueprint. And in order to really change that, you have to focus not necessarily on changing the level of success, but you got to get down in and figure out why your blueprint is the way it is. So this money blueprint's a great concept to really help you to dig in. But the second thing that he mentioned and I learned was, most of us don't focus on the right thing. And let me give you an example of that. Let's imagine for a minute that your ideal life, your success, everything that you vision is represented visually by a tree. Let's say you have a tree with leaves and branches and fruit, and your goal is you want to get as much fruit on that tree as possible, whether that's money, lifestyle, success, happiness. The fruit of the tree is really what you're looking for. The problem is most of us focus on more fruit, but we all know that the fruit is created by the nutrients that go into the root of the tree, the roots. So the roots create the fruits, is what Harv Eker would say. And the problem that we have is we focus on the fruit, which is like, let's say, the money, the lifestyle, the success, the happiness, and that's a result. Money is a result. Money is not a cause. Money, you don't get money to have things. You change things to get money. Money is a result. If you want to be more successful and have more money, you have to focus on the roots, not the fruits. And in order to do that, you've got to rewire your money blueprint. You got to rewire your mind. So this is the same concept that's coming up over and over with everyone that I'm going to talk to you about, from Tony Robbins, David Bear, Harv Eker, and on and on. You have to rewire your mind. And so I learned from Harv that there's a lot of different ways to do this. One way is verbal programming. Because whether you're consciously programming yourself or not, you have your whole life. We've all heard the comments, money doesn't grow on trees, or money's the root of all evil, or these kinds of things. You've heard it your whole life, and so you've come to believe that and model that because that's your verbal programming. I mean, let's be honest. Money actually does grow on trees because paper comes from trees, right? So money may not grow on trees when you're growing up, but if you continue to believe that, you're going to get the same result. And so he talks about verbal programming being these declarations. And he has a unique way of talking about declarations or repetitive statements that you will say, and you'll say out loud so that you can declare what your intentions are. And just like all the other thought leaders out there, repetition is how you change your wiring of your brain. So verbal programming is one strategy. The second strategy is modeling. Because we all throughout our lives have been modeled by our environment, our parents, the people that are around us. We have believed what is possible or isn't possible based on our modeling of our environment. And this is why the solution to this is one of our prosperity principles. Surround myself with positive people, successful people, in order to model and create a new understanding, a new model for you. In addition to verbal programming, you can model by creating an environment of successful, positive people. And when you're around that environment, success seems to come easier. It looks easier. It seems more believable. You get that belief transference and you get that success mindset. So modeling is huge. The third thing that he talks about is your specific experiences. And this is that common theme of your experiences will create your beliefs. Growing up or working or in your career and the things that you've had, whether it's success or failure, you have created certain beliefs that are keeping you where you're at. So regardless of having some short-term success or failure, you always will come back to that point where your thermostat is set for your money blueprint. That's why as I graduated into different levels of my success in my career, when I first made my first $100,000 in a year, it just seemed so easy after that. When I made $200,000 a year, $300,000, when I got up to $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 in a year in income, my blueprint changed. Now the problem some of us have is that we were able to increase our income, but we sort of had, whether it's self-sabotage or other things, it's kind of come backwards. And that's because maybe your blueprint, your true belief, your understanding is regulating you back down. So it's important that we modify and rewire our brains, remodel our brains. And you do this by staying outside your comfort zone and creating new experiences. The more successes you have, the more belief, the more that affects your thoughts and feelings and actions. So let's just do a quick review here in the time we have. Harv Eker taught me a lot by talking about the idea that we have a money blueprint. And this blueprint is going to be sort of automated by our beliefs. But in order to fix that, we've got to focus on the roots, not the fruit. We have to focus on the true cause of our beliefs. And that's our mindset, and that's our beliefs. And so to do that, you can implement verbal programming. You can, these declarations, these affirmations, these repetitive statements, and focus. The more you focus on, it'll grow. You can model the behavior. You can model the belief by being around and surrounding yourself with successful people. And third, you can create new experiences. New experiences, new growth will create added belief, changes in belief. And the only way to change your blueprint is to change your money thermostat. And I think you will agree with me as you start to apply these strategies that the more you focus on them, the more you're going to ingrain those patterns in your mind. That neuroplasticity is going to change. You're going to start firing new pathways to success, and the old limiting beliefs are going to start to die away. But it's about consistency. You can't do this for a week. It's like going to the gym. You can't go to the gym for 2-3 weeks and then take a month off and come back and think you can pick right up where you left off. That's not how it works. It's about repetition and focus. So that's my thought for today. I certainly hope that's helped you, at least given you a few ideas. I'm going to continue this because I've learned so many things by so many different people. We're going to talk about the mindset with Lou Holtz and Tony Robbins and Robert Kiyosaki and a bunch. So I'm going to go through more and more of those every single day. But I hope this is something that'll help you. Do me a favor, share this podcast. Tell a friend about it, download it, share it. Check out our Facebook page, our Instagram page at The Daily Mastermind, or hit me up online, George Wright. And I look forward to talking with you soon. I enjoyed you spending some time with me today. We'll talk a little bit more tomorrow. Have an amazing day.